So I never thought I'd actually do this, but here I am. This is a video I made because I came out 2 years ago and struggling with it and going through a pretty rough time and all that kind of stuff. Watching videos on YouTube actually kind of helped me. So I thought I'd make my own and hopefully add to the repertoire for other people to turn to when they feel down, feel depressed, feel trapped, or whatever the case may be. So here goes. I'm 24 now. I came out 2 years ago. I was 22, and I grew up in a pretty normal family, meaning I have two older brothers and the youngest of three boys. We lived in a suburban household, and I'm the youngest of three boys, like I said, and I was a jock for sure. Still am, I guess. My two older brothers are not really into sports, but I've been into hockey ever since, as long as I can remember. I think my dad had me in skates probably when I was 1.5 or 2 years old, just kind of just to get a feel for it. So it's not a stretch of the imagination to say that I learned how to walk pretty much the same time I learned to skate. And then I wanted to play hockey even before my dad had the chance to put me in. He told me he was going to put me in around probably 5 or 6, the way he did with my two other brothers, who only played 1 year and then they didn't really like it, so they dropped it. I, on the other hand, I asked my dad at 3 years old, while watching hockey on TV, if I can play, and he was he was more than happy to have me there and have me play, because my father also was a hockey player, and I guess I was his last chance. So when I asked him, I think he was pretty happy about that. And ever since, it's been probably the main focus of my life. I played all the way till I played competitively until I was 19. Now I just play recreationally for fun. However, now I referee. And I started refereeing when I was 14 as a part-time job, while playing and while in high school. And it turned out that it's one of my passions. And I think I know it's rare and a little bizarre, but my passion in the game lies in refereeing, officiating, as much as I still do like playing it. And then I quickly realized, by, like I said, the age of 19, that if I were to have a career in hockey, or at least attempt to make a career in hockey, it would definitely be as a referee and not as a player. So I quit playing competitively, and I started just focusing on refereeing. And so far it's going well. So when I came out, I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, when I came out, I decided to come out kind of in full force. When I came out, I told my brothers and friends first, and they were, everyone was really surprised because no one saw it coming at all. Everyone was like, "Really, you're gay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm gay." And they're like, "You're like bi? You're not sure?" I said, "No, I'm definitely gay." So I told them, and then within a few months, I also told my mom, who then told my dad. I didn't have the chance to tell my dad, even though I wanted to, but my mom just couldn't hold it in. So everyone found out within a few months, and when I came out, I wasn't hiding anymore. I didn't come out to a few people and then hide it from others. It was just I came out and I was out, and that was it. Even in the hockey world, believe it or not, when people, if it comes up, I'm honest with them. I'm not going to hide it or lie. I'm not going to pretend I'm straight anymore. The response has been from the hockey world has been kind of overwhelming, to be honest. Most people kind of knew me before, so when they found out I was gay, it wasn't a big deal because they already knew me. And they're like, "Oh well, we liked you before, so we're not going to not like you now just because you're gay." So that in that respect, it's been really really encouraging, and it's still kind of sometimes a little nerving, to be honest, when people don't know and you just meet new people around the arenas and rinks and stuff, and you don't know how to react on the ice. Especially as a referee, you know, there's a lot of stuff said between teams, and it is getting better, to be honest. But you know, you still hear a lot of you know, "You're so gay," or "Oh, you're a fucking fag," or a faggot, or a queer, or whatever, anything like that. And you know, there are penalties I can assess for that kind of thing, but I don't think that's the right path to go down, because then you'll just, especially as a referee, you're already in hostile territory, so you don't want to anger people anymore. The way I approach it, I usually just go up to the player, whoever said it, and just kind of casually, just have a little, like a 30-second chat with them, saying, "Hey, listen, drop the F word. The game doesn't need that kind of thing." Usually say, call them anything else. Just get creative. Don't use that. Don't make it personal. Don't make it anything homophobic or racist or anything like that. That's usually how I approach it. And surprisingly, most players are kind of taken aback and realize that, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Which kind of shows that I think there is a very slow change in culture, but I think it's the wheels are in motion for sure. So when I was closeted for quite a while. I was closeted for the better part of 10 years, I would say, from ever since you start thinking about a guy or a girl in a different way. So I guess 13 or so, 14 years old till I came out at 22. I was a big time jock in high school. I played sports. I played hockey specifically, and I was always just the typical jock in school, in high school. I did use casual homophobic words a lot: fag, faggot, queer, homo, without really knowing like what it meant, or the impact it would have maybe on someone who heard it. But that doesn't make it right. that doesn't justify the way I acted or was saying, even though ignorance isn't an excuse. So I kind of come 180 in that respect. But that's kind of why I decided to make this video, is because I was one of those people. I was the boys guy, the boys club kind of thing, and we didn't have any gay guys in our group of friends. Really, we barely knew anyone who was gay. Same thing. It was never brought up at the dinner table. Those kinds of conversations didn't really happen either at home. So when that kind of also made me hide the fact that I may be gay, because at the time I wasn't sure, and I was having these kind of gay thoughts and all that kind of stuff that teenagers have, and I was definitely suppressing it, and I just hid it as far as I can in my subconscious and just ignored it, and I convinced myself that I was straight, so much to the point that I had a girlfriend for almost 3 years, when I was 16, 17, 18, and so I don't know what else to say. That's my story, and I guess my best advice would be if you have your group of friends or your family, they all like you for different reasons, because of your ideals, because of the qualities you bring to the table, because you're a good person, because they don't like you because they just think you're straight. That's not, I don't think anyway, I could be very wrong, but I don't think that that's grounds for liking someone. When you meet someone or when you have a friend, you don't like that friend just because they're straight. Like, that's not, oh, you're straight so I can be friends with you, and then I don't really care about your qualities or if you're a good person or what you do, but you're straight so I'll be your friend. I think it's the opposite. So they don't like you, your friends and family don't like you because you're straight. They just like you because of who you are and because you're a good person. So I think if you do come out and you are gay, then it shouldn't be a big deal to them, because they should be like, well, we didn't particularly like you because you were straight. We liked you because of things you do, and because you're a good person, and because you're funny, and because you're outgoing, and because you're humble or whatever. So now that you're gay, that kind of doesn't change anything. Those are not grounds for liking someone. Someone's sexuality is not any grounds for judging someone. Or whether or not to be a friend or whatever. So I think that's the best piece of advice I can give. I can tell you, in a hostile world like the hockey world, people kind of, like I said, knew me. So that's the kind of logic I said, is that, well, if they liked me before, it wasn't based on me being straight. It wasn't based on me being their teammate or whatever. And so now that I'm gay, that shouldn't change anything. And so far it hasn't. Now, if stuff is said behind my back, I can't control that, and I don't really care, to be honest with you. But I think I kind of established who my true friends are, my real friends are. And I'm lucky enough to have a great family who supports me from head to toe. So I don't. I know it's not as easy for other people and other families, but you also have to respect. When you come out, you have to. If you are in a hostile territory where you think your family or friends are going to react in a negative way, I think you have to also take yourself out of the equation and look at them for a second and ask yourself. This is definitely out of their comfort zone because they're not used to this. So you have to be patient and kind of educate them on what being gay really is, and see what they think being gay is, and maybe they just have it all wrong. And you can show them that it's actually not a big deal and it doesn't change anything in the person, besides who they like, whether it's a guy or a girl. So that's the best advice I can give someone for coming out. Just be patient with people who don't understand right off the bat. It's easy to attack them. At the same time, if we start attacking people for hating on gays and on people coming out and all that kind of stuff, what makes us any better than them hating us? So I really think that patience and a lot of them are just ignorant on the topic. So, like I said, just kind of patience and education is, I think, two ways of going about it. And be smart about it also. What I mean by that is that there's a time and place for everything, especially when it's out of someone's comfort zone. So keep that in mind. And good luck. And don't wait as long as I did. To be honest, I feel sometimes like a bit of a coward giving people this kind of advice when I didn't come out until I was 22 and I was a little late to the party. And I feel like, I feel like I should have come out earlier and I should have accepted it earlier and should have embraced it earlier. Instead, I just dug myself into a very, very deep, dark hole where I could barely see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I've been there in the depression and the desolation and the sadness, and you feel like you're alone in the world, and there's nothing that can save you, and you feel you get scary, very scary thoughts, which you never want to act on ever. Don't ever act on those thoughts, because they're just impulse thoughts, and it does get better. It really does. I know it's become kind of a saying, and it's a bit of a cliche, but it does get better. It really does. And the first step to get better is to come out. If you're going to be depressed and you think your family is not going to accept you, and you already are depressed, well, listen, what do you have to lose? By coming out, it's not going to get worse if you're already depressed, because everyone knows when you're in a depression, that's kind of the bottom of it. So just come out, and it'll start getting better very slowly, even if there's an initial backlash of coming out from your family or from your friends or whatever. And like I said, with a bit of education, a bit of patience, a bit of humility, it will get better either way. So no matter how far you are down that hole, and I've been there, I really have. I spent almost from 18 to kind of still just getting out of it, to be honest, in that hole, and I just don't want, if I can avoid even one person to get in that hole, or help one person get out of that hole, and this whole video would have been worth it, because it's the worst thing I can ever think of, and it's the hardest thing I can think of. And if someone ever tells you it's not hard, or you're exaggerating, or they don't believe you, or they think it's an excuse, just ignore them, because pain is pain no matter what. I was listening to a TED Talk, and that's what, I don't remember who it was, but that's what the person was saying. She was saying pain is pain no matter what it is. There's no more pain or lesser pain. It's just pain. Your pain is different than my pain, and different than someone else's pain, and it's all pain, and it's all the same. It doesn't matter. There's no levels. It's not your pain is worse than mine. Mine's worse than yours. It's a feeling, and feelings are tangible to only one person, and that's you. So don't let other people try to belittle your problem, or belittle your depression if you are in one, unfortunately. You don't need those kind of people in your life, and just try to surround yourself with positive people who make you happy, people who make you smile, and like I said, even if you are in that dark hole, just the best thing you can do is to come out and be true to yourself, because that's really who you are, and all you're doing is hiding. I robbed myself of my teenage years. I really did. I took them away from myself, and I'll never have that back. I'm 24 now, and I do feel a little more comfortable in my own shoes, but I'll never get my teenage years back. And those are supposed to be some of the best years of your life, and the most fun anyway. And don't do the same mistake I did. Don't wait as long as I did. Don't take the easy way out the way I did. Be more courageous than I was. And yeah, like I said, it gets better. It really does. I can go on for an hour talking about this, so I'll see how popular this video is or whatever. And if it gets popular, I'll make more. But this is really, I don't know, this was really, and like I said off the top, this was helpful for me, watching other people's videos and watching people, hearing people's stories, I should say, of how they came out and their experiences. And it really helped me, so I hope this, like I said, even helps one person. It'll be worth it. And even though every single coming out story is different, they're all exactly the same at the end of the day. While they all are different, they're all exactly the same, and everyone can relate to at least one aspect of someone else coming out. And I hope someone can relate to my story and I can help them. Yeah, if you need to just talk or something, just either comment or send me a message on this, and I'll be more than happy to talk if you have no one to talk to, because I know that's also the worst feeling in the world is when you have no one to talk to. But I am here for anyone who wants to talk. Just send me a message on YouTube. I don't know if you can, if you can even send messages on YouTube. If not, just comment with your email address or something, and I will 100% get back to you. So yeah, just keep your head up, and it gets better. Take care.